Let me tell you about the night I stopped being someone's wife and became someone else entirely. I'm Nina, 34, married to Ethan for almost 9 years. We met in college. He was the funny, outgoing one, life of the party. I was quieter, observant, the one who remembered everyone's birthdays and carried Advil in her purse. Our relationship worked because we balanced each other, or so I thought. Ethan worked in logistics, always on his phone, always on the road. And I gave up a lot for him. Turned down a relocation opportunity with my firm, stayed close to his family when we bought our house, even took over caring for his ailing mother when no one else would. I didn't mind, or maybe I told myself I didn't, because love is sacrifice, right? But love shouldn't make you feel invisible. The late nights started slowly. Another routing issue, he'd say. Warehouse scheduling's a nightmare. Sometimes he didn't come home until 1 or 2 a.m. I trusted him. For a while. Then came the silences. He stopped asking how my day was. We barely touched. I'd catch him staring into nothing, jaw clenched. But it wasn't until last fall that I saw the first crack. He left the garage door open by mistake. It was 6 a.m. I was up early to make breakfast before work. I stepped outside to close it and saw his car's glove compartment hanging open. Something inside was glowing. A phone. Not his. A basic, gray, prepaid burner phone. I picked it up. It wasn't password protected, and what I saw shattered me. There were only 5 contacts saved. No names, just numbers. Dozens of messages. Some mundane. Room 213. Key in vent. Same time tomorrow. You bring the cuffs this time. And others. I felt bile rise as I read them. I dream about you, even when she's lying next to me. She'll never know. I'm careful. When are you going to leave her? My hands shook so hard, I nearly dropped the phone. He was cheating. Had been for months at least. And he was careful. Too careful. That burner was his dirty little secret. But now, it was mine. I didn't scream. I didn't call him. Instead, I took the day off work. I took screenshots of everything. Then I went to the hotel named in one of the messages. A mid-range place halfway between our house and his supposed warehouse. Room 213. I knocked. No answer, but the housekeeper had just started her rounds. I waited, slipped her $50, and said I left something really personal in there. She opened the door without asking questions, and what I saw inside changed everything. There was no trace of a woman, but there were photos on the nightstand. Photos of me, sleeping, brushing my hair, bending to tie my shoe. Candid, eerie shots from inside our house, some from outside, through the window. I dropped the picture frame. Glass shattered. In the bathroom, taped to the mirror, was a message, in Ethan's handwriting. She's so good, she doesn't even realize what she's hiding. I staggered back, nearly tripping over my own feet. What the hell did that mean? I grabbed the photos, left the room, didn't go home. I drove to a hotel and locked myself in. Tried to think. Was he cheating? Or was it something worse? Was I being watched? That night I tried calling one of the burner contacts from a friend's phone. It rang once, then went to voicemail. A male voice. Not Ethan. Not anyone I recognized. I left no message. The next morning, I went through Ethan's laptop while he was in the shower. Found encrypted folders, labeled by dates. Some recent, some going back years. I tried every password I could think of, then used his dog's name. It worked. Inside were videos. Not porn. Surveillance. Me. from angles I didn't know existed in our home. Kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, even the closet. One video had a timestamp from 2 days ago. I was undressing. He'd put a camera behind the mirror. I ran. Not to the police. Not yet. I went to the only person who might know what the hell was going on. Ethan's best friend, Mark. They'd been close since high school. I never liked Mark. Too slick. Always with a smirk, like he knew something he wasn't telling. I showed him the photos. He went pale. Then he said, "You weren't supposed to find this." My skin prickled. "What are you talking about?" He looked at me, jaw tight. "Ethan's not cheating on you. Not with a woman." I blinked. "Then what?" Mark hesitated. "It started with a bet." My stomach dropped. "He said you'd never notice. That you were too sweet, too trusting. So he started testing you, seeing how far he could push before you broke." I couldn't breathe. "A bet?" Mark nodded. "But it got weird. Obsessive. He started cataloging your habits, timing your showers, logging how often you texted him." "Why?" I whispered. "I don't know. But he's not who you think he is." Mark handed me a flash drive. "Took this off his cloud last week. He doesn't know. You should see it." I went back to the hotel. Plugged it in. It was all there. A folder named Control. Subfolders by year. Hundreds of files. Notes. Logs. Audio clips. Ethan narrating things I did. What I wore. How I reacted when he made me cry. What time I went to sleep. He'd been studying me. Like an experiment. There was one folder labeled Escalation. I clicked it. It contained a video. From inside our home. Ethan, sitting on the couch. Speaking to someone off camera. "She doesn't know I moved the pills," he said. "She'll think it's stress." A voice replied, "Do it slow. No bruises." I froze. Pills? I'd been feeling dizzy lately, nauseous. Thought it was work stress. But I hadn't checked my prescription bottles. I did. That night. The anti-anxiety meds looked different. I took them to a lab the next morning. The tech called me personally. "These weren't manufactured pills," he said. "They're compounded, mixed with something else. Something that mimicked depression, mental fog, memory issues. I was being drugged and gaslit by my own husband, by the man I gave up everything for." I didn't confront him. I packed, called a lawyer, filed for divorce. Quietly, with evidence, had the burner phone copied, handed everything to a PI. And 1 week later, Ethan was served. He didn't cry, didn't even ask why. Just said, "Took you longer than I thought." That was it. Like I'd played into his game. But here's the twist. 3 days later, I got a call from Mark. "You need to see this." He sent me a video. From a camera Ethan didn't know about. From Mark's garage. Ethan was there. Talking to someone on speaker. The voice wasn't Mark's. But it was familiar. It was mine. Recordings of me. Stitched together. "Come home, Ethan," the voice said. He smiled. I knew she'd miss me. The man wasn't just manipulating me. He was obsessed with the idea of being needed. So much so, he manufactured a reality where I begged him to return, even if it was fake. Even if he had to cut my voice into a Frankenstein monster of desperation. He wanted to break me down, make me dependent, He nearly succeeded. But I left. And now I'm rebuilding. I still find hidden cameras in odd places. Still hear my own voice sometimes in dreams. But I'm free. At least from him. What would you do if the man who said he loved you studied you like a subject and tried to rewrite who you were? Comment below. Yati pifat himanam.